Hey everybody, we're back. It's the Hurry Up. It's your boy, the Don Juan Sports, Adam, just coming at you with a little game critique of last night's OKC Dallas game. Now, you didn't think I'd forget, did you? You didn't think I'd forget, did you? All right, let's get started. Here we go. Last night, OKC was up in the game, fighting for their lives. It was an elimination game. Didn't I say it was over last video? I said it was over. O-V-E-R, over. I mean, done. They're done. They had a great run. Listen, OKC has nothing to be ashamed about. Nothing to be ashamed about. They won. They got further than they expected to get. All right. They have nothing to worry about. They're a young team. They're no more. Their roster is no. There's not too many people over 25. You know. So for that to happen, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for that to happen. Not too many teams can say that they got to the Western Conference Finals and still have their core nucleus of guys under 25. That to me is fantastic. But let's recap the game last night. They were leading into the fourth quarter, and then Dallas just took over with 5 minutes to go. I listened to the game on the radio, which, by the way, listening to a game on the radio is fantastic. It's fantastic. If you've never done it, I suggest you do it. It's one of the most fantastic things about sports because of the way they have to paint the picture for you. It's not like on TV. On TV, they're explaining the TV. They should be better. They should analyze the game a little better for you. But on the radio, there's just nothing like it. Nothing like listening to the radio, having them paint the picture for you every step of the way. Every step of the way. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They tell you everything. The color of the jerseys to what everything's going on. Everything. Something going on in the crowd. If a player happens to be stopping for a second, they tell you everything. So I just wanted to let you know that. But getting back to the game, they're up in the game, but they can't finish. The one thing that this OKC team has to look at in the future is they can't finish. They cannot finish teams off right now. It happened against Memphis. The only reason they beat Memphis is because Memphis couldn't really win too many games in OKC. But this is Dallas, battle-tested Dallas. Guys like Dirk Nowitzki have been in the finals. Jason Kidd has been to a couple finals. They know how to finish off teams, and you could see that they did not. They lost one game. Dallas lost one game in this series. They went on to win. The series was 4-1. They went on to lose one game. So in all their playoff series, they haven't lost any more than 2 games, and that's a testament to that team itself because you've got guys who are battle tested. And the reason I think also Dallas knows to finish off teams is because they're older. So being that they're older, they want to finish teams early so they have time to rest. Plain and simple, they have time to rest. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look at it, I look at it like this. I straight up look at it like this. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, you could easily lose that game and say, hey, you know what? We lost the game. We'll get them again, in Game 6. But they didn't. They said, Game 5, you're done. We're going on to the finals. We've punched our ticket. Here we go. Get on our train. Now let's see if Miami can do it. Do that. But still keeping with the Dallas theme right now. I have no problems with Dallas, except for maybe the Cowboys, but it's a discussion for another day. But the Dallas Mavericks, here you go. Only took you 5 years to get here. Only took you 5 years to get here. 06 you were here, right? Now you're in 2011. So we'll see how you do. Maybe the outcome will be different. You didn't have the same players that you had there. You didn't have Peja Stojakovic. You didn't have Jason Kidd. You didn't have Sean Marion. You didn't have those guys. You didn't even have Caron Butler, who hopefully will be back for this series because you're going to need him. But I do believe that the Dallas Mavericks match up against Miami better. And here's why. They have a true big. They have a power forward you can't guard. They have a small forward who's pretty good at defending, Sean Marion. They've got a 2 guard in Deshaun Stevens who plays. He's not a great scorer. You give up scoring, but he does play defense. And you have Jason Kidd. You got a lot of role players. Peja, big role player. Jason Terry, huge role player. Those two guys are really the focal point of the Dallas team, and also Brendan Hayward. Hold on, people. Hold on, people. I know you're getting a little upset with me what I just said. Dirk Nowitzki is the man on that team. What I'm saying is, if that bench and Peja and Jason Terry and Brandon Hayward, if they play well in a game, Dallas is tough to beat because not only do you bring in Brandon Hayward, who they signed to a big deal anyways, but then they got Tyson Chandler, and those two guys are just huge. Tyson Chandler, who does Miami have to guard Tyson Chandler? Yeah, that's what I thought. No one really, in the paint. Who do they have to guard Dirk Nowitzki? They could put LeBron on Dirk. Okay, that's fine. Put LeBron on Dirk, but when you put LeBron on Dirk, you're gonna have Mario Chalmers and Mike Bibby guarding Jason Kidd. You could put Dwayne Wade on Jason Kidd as well, but that's going to free up somebody on a loose defender like Mike Bibby. Bibby's not a great defender, and if you put J.J. Barea on Mike Bibby, I'll take my chance with J.J. Barea as well. I forgot about him. J.J. Barea has really changed up the dynamic of the Dallas Mavericks just because of his penetration. You don't understand. When you got a guy who can create off the dribble and get to a set guys to shoot out to kick out to Terry, to kick out to Peja, you change the whole dynamic of a team. It's kind of like having a speedster on offense in the NFL to blow the top off the defense. You got to do everything differently on defense when you got a guy that can penetrate. You can't really hunker down and sink in and really go after it. So Miami, depending on what happens tonight, I think they're going to punch their ticket, barring a miracle by the Chicago Bulls. If they have a miracle, the Chicago Bulls somehow pull out a rabbit out of their hat, and go on this magical run. That is great. That is terrific. But we'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know. All right. That's it. That's it. So Dallas, you've got the keys to the whip. You got the keys to the car. Put them in the ignition. Miami, Chicago. You've had your chances to win some games. If you got this game, if you got the game 4 and tied the series 2-2, I would say Chicago, you got a chance to win this series. Being down that you're down 3-1, Chicago, you ain't got no chance to win this series. I don't even care if you win this game. You got 2 more games you got to win after that. And I'm a firm believer in Chicago. I was rooting for them. I was going for them hard. Nothing against Miami. Listen, I'm not against Miami anymore. A friend brought it to my attention. I ain't mad at LeBron James. I was just mad at how it was done. You know what I mean? My perception of LeBron James hasn't changed though. I still think off the court LeBron James is not the same guy he tries to portray on the court. That's my thing. Peyton leaves the game, he's Peyton off the court as well. You got to conduct yourself the same way, young fella. And he talks to himself in the third person. That's cool. That's cool if you're writing a book. That's cool if you're writing a book. Oh, LeBron James taking this town style. No. I am possessive. Let's go, man. Give me this third person mumbo jumbo. I'm a realist. And if you talk like that, your ego's got to come down a notch. Yeah, nobody knows, but in the USA basketball team, LeBron James got a little angry. Threw some fries at somebody who made him food because it was cold. You know who took him and was about to beat him down? Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant. They're like, that's not how we do this, young fella. I don't care who you are over in the States. This is how we conduct ourselves on a championship team. So maybe if Dwayne Wade can help him fall in line, off the court, maybe I can have more admiration for LeBron James. As far as a great defender, he's an all-world talent. We got to see him do it again and again. He's improving his game. But I want to see him, improve like Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose had no shot, no real three-point shot, no real, jump shooting. Improved his game. Russell Westbrook didn't have any jumpers in the mid-range game. Made the mid-range game. Great players find a way to stay great. Jerry Rice. Once his physical talents left him, he found a way. Jordan, prime example, 38 years old, dropping 25 points a game, found a way to get it done. Became a jump shooter. That's fine. Your career lasts longer when you become a jump shooter. So we'll see what happens. Guys like Dwight Howard, Blake Griffin, if we're talking about improvement, we got to see improvement, especially from Blake Griffin. I'm excited about that guy. But we're going to talk about that at the end of the season. Talk about our players that need to improve and things like that. And we'll even get into, here's a little bit of news for you. Lakers chose Mike Brown. Everybody's talking about Mike Brown's a great coach. By the way, last time I checked, Mike Brown has some, don't get me wrong, Mike Brown has championship pedigree. He was on the San Antonio Spurs, but then he went to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and his offense wasn't that great. His defense was great. They were the top team in the East, and they couldn't get it done. They just couldn't get it done. They couldn't get over the Boston Celtics. You know what I mean? Rick Adelman, yeah, he didn't win championships. I understand that, but his resume is there. You know what I mean? And he got beaten by Phil Jackson. It was not like he was getting beaten by, bad coaches. I mean, Doc Rivers is a good coach, but Mike Brown, he had the best team, he had the best player apparently in the NBA. He couldn't do it. So I mean, and someone posted on a wall, Mike Brown is the fifth all-time winningest coach, something like that. Who cares? So is Lenny Wilkins. They don't count the fifth winningest coach. They pat you on the back, give you a nice retirement watch. Say, hey, go about your merry way. They don't give you, accolades. You know why Phil Jackson's the best? Because he got rings. Rings. You know why Bill Russell's one of the best players of all time? He's got rings. Jordan, rings. There's that movie coming out where the guy yells at the kid, is LeBron James better than Michael Jordan? He's only got 6 rings. That's the only argument he has. That's right. That's the only argument that man needs. That's the only argument that man needs. 6 titles over LeBron James. 0 titles. I'll take that every day. Mike Brown's 0 titles off of, Phil Jackson's 12 titles. That's it. I don't need that craziness. I don't need that craziness. Those titles. You got to be out of your mind. Mike Brown. Good luck, Mike Brown. Good luck. I'm not saying he is not going to be good. I'm just saying, someone's like, that's like the return of Elway, the quarterback after Elway. You need to win a championship. Yeah, that is true. No one will live up to that championship, but people forget. They forget. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It happens. Unless you're a bad team for a long time that hasn't won a championship. Unless you're a bad team for a long time that hasn't won a championship. For example, Cleveland never won anything, so they didn't care. But you're on the LA Lakers. We're talking about the LA Lakers. You got to produce, young fella. I know you've been on San Antonio. I know you're on Greg Popovich's system. It's cool. We'll see how you do in the West. That team's going to be broken up a bit, but we'll get into that again at the end of the offseason or more towards the finals when more of this stuff happens. All right? This has been the Hurry Up. I'm your boy, Adam. My question to you all, what are you going to do when Costas Mania runs wild on you?